Oh no, the market's crashing. Everything is going down. Dump all your product right now. It's over. It's over for the Pokemon hobby. That is what I'm seeing all around right now, and it's just tiring. Like, come on guys. There is like a handful of products that have dropped 5 to 10%, maybe some 15 to 20%, but they were already overinflated before that. I mean, it's crazy to me. And a part of this whole market crash, so to speak, there's a lot of buying opportunities, actually. And, you know, as someone who's been in the hobby for many, many years and, you know, is here for the long run, I feel like there's some really good buying opportunities. A lot of people have been reaching out to me, selling their collections, and I'm always buying collections. So reach out to me down in the bio below at my email or on Instagram. And I just see so many of these people buying product or selling products that I think are really a solid investment for the future, even if they, you know, went down a little bit right now, or they went down because of a reprint a couple months ago. I think that they're a really solid investment for the future, and I'm planning on picking up some of these right now. But I do want to preface this video that this is not investment advice, and these are just my personal takes, so do with that what you will. So what I want to do is, this is going to be sort of a part 1 video where I want to do in either June or July of next year, I want to do an update video. So I'm recording this the end of October right now, and I want to do an update video where we look at all of the products that we bought in this video, do kind of like a replay of this, and then show how much I paid and how much it's worth then. And that doesn't necessarily mean that I'll sell it then, and that doesn't even necessarily mean that I will ever sell it. But I just want to look into seeing how good my takes are, how good my investments are. First off, we're on the computer, and we're looking at TCG Player right now, which is, generally speaking, when I'm looking at sealed product investments, because that's what this video is mainly going to be covering. And then I'll make another video actually following up with this, talking about singles that I'm interested in buying. But sealed is really a solid investment, more for what I think of as an investment, because it's a lot more stable, in my opinion. You can have certain single cards that really drastically spike and then settle down later on. Or maybe when a set first comes out, there's certain, you know, single cards that are overinflated because people think they are going to be more desirable when they're not. So we're looking at Twilight Masquerade for the first set. And one thing that you're going to notice is a consistency with a lot of these sets, is that all of these sets have a card that is $200 or more in that set. So that's kind of another thing that I'm looking for, is sort of the desirability of like a chase in a set. And even though I'm not planning on ripping these personally, these are all sets that I would potentially want cards from. These are all sets that I think have really cool cards. You got the Greninja EX, the Perrin, the Eevee from Twilight Masquerade, the Carmine. I really like this Chansey, the Tatsugiri. I like the Lana's Aid, the Hisuian Growlithe. And then you start to get into some of these like lower value cards. But I think that these are all solid, you know, cards that people could be looking for. And especially that Greninja EX, because that is a fantastic artwork and a big chase for a lot of people. So booster boxes right now, there's a listing for $310 shipped. Market price is about $310. That most recent sale, I think, is talking about Korean boxes. But yeah, I think this was peak around $330. And right now it's at $310. And I want to look at this graph right here, because you see market price history, and look at the way that it scales up, and then it dips about maybe $20 to $30, and then it starts upticking again. So March 31st, it was $212, but then right before that, February 24th, it was $230, and then we see it jumping up again. So now we're sitting at $310. So I think right now is kind of a good spot to buy, because it's dropped about 20 bucks since then. And I mean, look at the 6-month preview on this. It's up 37% from that 6 months. and that's not even me looking at that highest point there. So we're gonna go ahead and add one of those to cart. Another thing is the ETBs. So these actually got a massive reprint not too long ago, right around August. So you can see they dropped all the way down from $100 all the way to about $65 on average. So this is another one where I think I probably would want to pick up a whole case of these because I'm a huge believer in Twilight Masquerade. I think that the ETBs are a lot more, you know, not necessarily manageable, but I think they're a lot more accessible for, you know, some more average collectors, because booster boxes can get really up there in price, while these might sit around the $100 to, you know, $70 market for quite some time. But yeah, this is one that I want to pick up on this list. I'm actually going to pick up a whole case of this. Next set that we're going to be looking at, Surging Sparks. You'll notice another set with over $300 card in there, and a $200 card right next to it, the Pikachu EX, the Latias EX. And I just really like a lot of the cards from Surging Sparks. Not even just the Pikachu and Latias. I think this Melodic is really beautiful. That Hydreigon is awesome by, I believe that's Akira Igawa, which I really love his artworks. I like this Durant, the Sarah Ledge, the Latios, the Lysia's Appeal is good. Even this Mesprit is actually really awesome, and I think that even combines a little bit with the Latios. So I think Surging Sparks, really great set to pick up. It meets a lot of those requirements there for the desirability. And booster boxes actually kind of tanked on these a little bit. We can see right here, peak was around 305, probably because of a reprint that occurred right around September. And yeah, I think that these look really solid price-wise right now. I mean, $230. The lowest it was in the past 6 months was $215. So, I mean, we're really close to that kind of range right there. And yeah, I think Surging Sparks Booster Box, really solid pickup. I actually already have one of these sealed, but I want to pick up another, maybe even a couple more actually. So we're going to go ahead and add that one to cart right there. Oh, that one's actually gone right now. Wow. See, this is actually a good sign, I feel like. Trying to add them to cart and then it's not even available anymore. There's a Spanish one. Let's see here. A couple of those have low sales. So $245, we'll go ahead and add that one to cart. A little bit more expensive than market price, but I might be able to find one on eBay after this. But yeah, so we're going to add that to cart. And then Surging Sparks ETBs, another variant of Surging Sparks. Sealed product. I feel like ETBs and booster boxes are very easy targets for sealed product that's investable, a lot more accessible for the ETBs, and same deal with Twilight Masquerade. Really low right now, like, you know, totally at the bottom right now. But I think that this could easily pick back up. I mean, even if you look at the last, you know, year compared to when Surging Sparks came out, you know, I mean, it's right around that price point where it was when it came out a year ago. So I think it's a solid pickup. Has a really great artwork by, I believe it's the Magneton. I believe it's Shinji Kanda. I know someone might correct me there for that. But yeah, I'm going to look for a case of this as well, actually. Next up, Destined Rivals. Phenomenal set. So many beautiful cards in this set. I mean, literally, I would take any one of these top 6 cards on the top of this. I mean, these are all fantastic. The Mewtwo, Cynthia's Garchomp, Ethan's Ho-Oh. That Team Rocket's Moltres, absolutely phenomenal. I especially like that one. Another artwork by Akira Igawa. And yeah, just some really desirable cards. It's a Team Rocket set. You really can't go wrong with this, I feel like. And this is one that actually was kind of a part of the whole market crash stuff that was going on. You know, people saw it jump up to like $500 because of a couple like overinflated sales for like $700, and it went right back down. But like, it came back down to reality, in my opinion. I mean, this set did not come out that long ago, but I do really like these booster boxes. I really like the cards in them, and honestly, personally, I'm in it for the long haul. I don't necessarily think this is the lowest price it's going to be, but I really want one of these booster boxes for my PC. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and add one of these to cart. These are just individual packs, so right here we got one for $3.75. I'm going to go ahead and add that to cart, and that is still available, so that's cool. Next up, we've got Destined Rivals ETBs. So the Pokemon Center is absolutely phenomenal looking. I really like the regular one. I actually like the normal ETB a little bit more, but I think the Pokemon Center is a great investment. Good value with the stamped promo in it as well, and the extra packs. And I think they're just going to be really hard to find, you know, with restocks. Pokemon Center can restock them a little bit, but I don't know. I just find it unlikely that I'm going to be able to find anything. So I'm going to go ahead and add one of these to cart as well. I actually already do have one of these ETBs, so I'm going to go ahead and sit on that one for now. I do think that there's a solid reprint chance that these drop a little bit more. You can see that it's kind of towards like that peak right now from the last 6 months. And maybe it's come down a little bit, but you know, I'm just looking at that like $80 to $90 range. I'd really like to be under $100 for any more of these if I were to pick up a case. And then yeah, so the last set on this list, man, I talked about it before. I've talked about it so much. Crown Zenith is one of my favorite sets of all time. This actually has one of the lowest chase cards at around 220 with the Giratina. I think that Mewtwo is actually going to overtake that Giratina later in the future. I think that the Mewtwo just is a phenomenal artwork. You get the Charizard in the background. It's a connecting set. You really can't go wrong with the Mewtwo cards. So I think this is one that I've got to pick up an ETB of it. I really like the ETBs. I actually had a couple of the ETBs that I ripped, and I had picked them up at retail price for like $50, and I was like, man, if I had kept that sealed, I think I picked them up around like June, or maybe even a little bit before that. So, and look at this, 52%. I think this is the highest increase on this list from a sealed product. And, you know, like I said, with a couple of these other ones, it might not be the cheapest price that it's going to be. It might come down a little bit more. It might drop down to like 180 to 190. But I just really, really want one of these ETBs for my PC. And I think that they look absolutely incredible. You get the Greninja Gold Star promo with it. Or no, actually, that's Celebrations that I'm thinking about. This is, you get the Lucario V-Star, which is also very cool. I really like the Lucario V-Star. But yeah, so we're going to add this to cart. So that's our list, guys. So we're going to go ahead and look at the cart real quick, just so I can show you guys this. So we've got the Twilight Masquerade booster box in here, the Twilight Masquerade ETB, but we're going to go ahead and add a case of that, which should run us about $700 from what I've been seeing. Destined Rivals Pokemon Center ETB, about $350. Destined Rivals Booster Box around $375. Surging Sparks Booster Box $245, and then a Crown Zenith ETB $205. And then we're also going to add a Surging Sparks ETB case. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was really fun to make, and I look forward to doing a singles edition of this video. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this one, let me know down in the comments below. I'd be interested to hear your takes. Also, I'd be interested, what is your favorite set out of this list? So yeah, I appreciate you guys. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.